Make you nervous to be at this position? You know, when you're on top, there are 5 directors. There's Raju Hirani, there's Sanjay Bansali, there's Zoya Akhtar. These are the people everybody on top wants to work with.
Sanjay Leela Bansali is one of my favorite directors, and I really want to work under his direction. I'm working with Kabir sir, I'm working with Anurag Basu sir, who are really on top of their game, and they're great filmmakers.
Everything in it just fit in so perfectly. The fact that, of course, it had Kartik in it. The fact that Jayu sir, who I did Jawani Janeman with, and Ekta ma'am, who I was doing U-turn with, Shashank sir, like everything that came together, it was just so perfect.
Right. Freddy, everything that you said is nothing like you.
No, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है मेरी लाइफ में मोनोटनी बिल्कुल नहीं है बहुत ज़्यादा एनर्जेटिक है बहुत ज़्यादा बाकी मुझे नहीं पता Hi, I'm Kartik Aaryan.
Hi, I'm Alaya F.
And you're watching us on
Bollywood Hungama.
Guys, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. Good to see both of you.
Thank you, sir.
Looking nice and fresh. We were discussing your film. My first question is that for the audience, I'll ask you first. Was this always meant to be an OTT film, or some films actually land up on OTT because, you know, people are unsure कि लोग जाएंगे नहीं जाएंगे? Was that ever the scenario?
Oh, that happens with a lot of films, but ये film हमेशा से डिज़ाइन थी OTT के लिए.
Okay.
ये शुरुआत से जब से स्टार्ट किया था, मतलब I signed on a contract जिसमें OTT film लिखा था कि this will be on a platform.
Okay.
So, so ये और ये 2.5 साल पुरानी बात है या 2 साल whatever. तो उसमें क्या था कि वो I was also looking for a film which maybe was in a space which is a little dark, and also OTT boom had happened. You know, and I was looking for something which I could do for a platform, a film that I could personally do for a platform, which is different from what I've done in my usual films or in theatrical films.
Right.
And Freddy was that script. When Jayu got me that script, he was also of that idea कि ये एक film है, because I was looking for it. So he told me that this is one script which I want to narrate to you. He narrated it to me, and I was like, wow, this is what I was looking for. And I instantly said yes, and then we decided on the platform things and stuff like that, and the studios and whatever. So everything happened like that.
Nice.
Then I mean, of course, the release date was never getting finalized. When to release it, what to release. Also, my other films were releasing in between, so they didn't wanna वो एक के ऊपर एक ऐसा नहीं करना था.
So many hits, what to do?
That's what. So I'm just. So that's why the decision took मतलब थोड़ा time लग गया.
Right.
And then finally Hotstar decided कि 2nd December, and here we are.
Right.
Releasing the film next
week. When your first film released, I was sitting, we were watching on the big screen, I was sitting right behind you.
Really?
And yeah, for the screen, for the first screening that was happening. The idea of seeing yourself on the big screen is one experience that you've already done. What was it about this that you also obviously knew that this is on OTT? So what's the big difference?
You know, for me, I was saying yes to this film before I even got the script, okay? Because everything in it was correct. You know, everything in it just fit in so perfectly. The fact that, of course, it had Kartik in it. The fact that Jayu sir, who I did Jawani Janeman with, and Ekta ma'am, who I was doing U-turn with, Shashank sir, like everything that came together, it was just so perfect that I was like, of course I'm going to do this. Then the script was also great. So there was absolutely no reason for me not to do this.
The first patient dying to be on a dentist chair, right?
dying. So I was like 100%. So for me, those things weren't even a part of my thought process. And it's not only that, actually, even since before this OTT boom happened, even since before that, I've always been open to OTT. I'm a big OTT consumer myself. I love watching content on OTT platforms. So I have always been open to it, and I always believed that it was a big part of our future. Now it is, and now here we are.
Here we are. So, Kartik, as you go and as you grow, does the idea of saying yes becomes even more difficult? To ab ye karunga, what will my fans think? And
I think so. I'm only going for good scripts, which I feel are good scripts. And मैं अपनी gut feeling को वो change नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. I feel a good script is a good script at the end of the day, and it will give you results no matter what. And I don't go by the names. I don't go by कि अच्छा ये बहुत बड़ा नाम है इससे अटैच इसलिए करनी चाहिए और या ब्लाइंडली करनी चाहिए वो मेरा वो नहीं है मेरा वो मैं बेसिक से ही स्टार्ट करता हूँ एंड दैट हैज़ बीन माय फंडा सो I like doing that, and I mean I'm not gonna change that also in future because I think the more I'm experimenting also the more people are liking it as well. And I also don't want that monotony to happen where they'll be like कि अच्छा ये एक ही चीज. I like the fact that there was a Dhamaka and there was a Bhool Bhulaiya and now Freddy, then Shehzada. So there's a great mixture of content from my side and for myself as well to go on set and be excited about what I'm doing and what I'm doing is something new and fresh from what I've done before. So I'm not going to change that at all.
That's good. Your fans are happy. You know, we can make out very little from the trailer. You have to tell us something. Tell me what kind of a patient is she? What is she there for? What is she doing?
What kind of patient is she? As in, I
Give
need
me-
two things.
This is the thing about,
You know, anytime I don't know what I'm supposed to say, I just look at him. I'm like, help me. Help me. Tell me what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not allowed to say.
Right. What's the equation here?
I mean, I'll tell you about Freddy. Freddy is a loner. He's also, of course, he's a dentist, and he's a loner, and he's in that state in his life where, of course, there's a monotony in his life, and he is bored of his life. He doesn't have anyone in his life except for a turtle named Hardy. That's his best friend, and here comes Kainaz, who's actually like maybe the only girl he would have found in his entire life. And वहाँ से इनका equation कैसा है, क्या है? She becomes an obsession for him. So that kind of a world. We are in that kind of a world.
Right. So Freddy, everything that you said is nothing like you.
No, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. मेरी life में monotony बिल्कुल नहीं है. बहुत ज़्यादा energetic है, बहुत ज़्यादा. बाकी मुझे नहीं पता.
Right. You know, when you said yes, and you said, he was a part of it. Now at this stage, again for you, still you're early in your career. What are the big tick marks that this is what I'll do? These are the things that should be there.
I guess for me, I just have to feel a sense of trust in the project. I don't know how to, it can be anything. It can either be a really solid script that gives me that trust. It can be the people associated with it that I just inherently get a feeling of trust from. Like even when we talk about Jawani Jaane Man, I was testing for a lot of things at that point, anything that like even seemed like it was in the correct zone, I was just testing for it. Also because I don't think I expected to get it. I was just like, might as well just, also test for this because it sounds good and everything else. Then I met Jayu sir.
Right.
And I felt this great sense of trust in him.
Okay.
Then I was like, now I really have to nail this test. Now I really have to make sure that something felt right about the project. I felt like there was this certain comfort that I had in it. So I always look for that feeling of that comfort in a project, and there are many different ways that I feel that. It's not just based off of a person or just off of a script. So I guess with every project it's different, and all the projects I've done since Jawani Jaane Man, now I've finished shooting 3 and I'm going to shoot another in December.
Nice.
So all of them are very different from each other. None are the same. Not script wise, not character wise, nothing. So, but there was something in each of them that made me connect with them.
Right. Kartik, you're at the top of your game. This year when we talk about the top stars, your name comes. Firstly, the stars we have interviewed before who have been on top, they always say that it's quite lonely up here. It's your choices are your choices. You will be blamed. You will get credit for it. Now, this is the point for you to plan your filmography. That I want to do this. I want to do this kind of cinema. What comes to your mind when you sit and plan these kind of films should be in my IMDb list?
I do want to create legacy of films. I do want to create those characters which I feel has already started now. And with the kind of films that I'm doing, I feel that will automatically resonate with a lot of audience, and they will feel that इस कैरेक्टर को कोई और नहीं कर सकता इसके अलावा. एंड आई वांट दैट सिचुएशन टू हैपन, एंड आई वांट दैट कि अगर वो मुझे सोनू में एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं कि सोनू की टीटू की स्वीटी जैसी फिल्म करनी है तो कार्तिक आर्यन हैज टू बी देयर. भूल भुलैया 2 करना है या ऐसा कुछ मसाला करना है तो when it comes to maybe Freddy, they should also think that. So that is what I want to do with all these films and the characters that I'm doing. And I want to be, at the end of the day, I want to be proud of my films, and I want to feel that यार ये एक legacy films हैं. They will always remain close to, be it with a simple film like Pyar Ka Panchnama 2. They are big cult films for college going people. They just know the dialogues in and out by heart, and they just you want me to recite the monologue again and again. It's as simple as that. So I want that thing to happen when they remember कि यार यहाँ पे अगर कुछ ऐसे नोआर जॉनर में या फिर किसी और थ्रिलिंग स्पेस में यहाँ पे कोई फिल्म अच्छी की तो फ्रेडी शुड बी on top of their mind. Right. So yeah, I'm thinking like that, but the thought process has been like that before also, from before, but the choices weren't there. Choices अभी आना चालू हुई हैं, and वो choices पिछले कुछ ही टाइम से आई हैं, अब वो रिफ्लेक्ट होना चालू हो रही है. सो इन माई माइंड आई हैव ऑलवेज हैड दैट थॉट, जस्ट दैट कि वो टाइम लेता है बन के आती हैं. And now the results are coming in, right? And I'm just excited, and I'm just happy that it's going as per the plan.
Right. Does it make you nervous to be at this position? You know, when you're on top, there are 5 directors. There's Raju Hirani, there's Sanjay Bansali, there's Zoya Akhtar. These are the people everybody on top wants to work with.
Correct. And so do I. Sanjay Leela Bansali is one of my favorite directors, and I really want to work under his direction. My thing is that I don't have that nervousness anymore. I guess I've always felt that मैं जैसे काम किया हूँ अब तक, I've never been attached to bigger names, and all the films have been given by either new directors or directors and the entire team who were not. Who had not given a record-breaking film before that. तो हम सब उस स्पेस में ही, मतलब मैं जब भी ज्वाइन हुआ हूँ किसी फिल्म में तो ऐसी ही स्पेस में ज्वाइन किया हूँ. And that is again my own uniqueness शायद से, where I am not dependent on a lot of things, on a lot of padding. I've never been padded enough, you know, when it comes to this. It sounds off, I think.
Never been padded enough.
But you got the gist. So basically, so वो चीज़ की मुझे आदत नहीं है. Right. और आगे जाके तो मुझे कोई उसका कोई शिकवा भी नहीं होना है अगर कल को नहीं भी होगा कभी तो भी. But yeah, I would love to get that one film with, and I'm working with Kabir sir, I'm working with Anurag Basu sir, who are really on top of their game, and they're great filmmakers. And for me, I mean, each and every director is a great filmmaker, because I feel that they have their vision. Shashanka Ghosh had a vision, and he's really fabulously directed this film. And so is Sameer Vidwans, who's directed Satya Prem Ki Katha. Right. And yeah, so it's for all my directors.
You've given hits with all of them. Amazing. You know, you also, same question for you. You are at a stage where you can plan your filmography. Every young female actor I talk to look up to people like, say, Alaya, you know, for just going right in her career and kind of films that she's doing. Where are you when you see all this? So much learnings around, even from what he's saying, right?
Yeah. What's really confusing is, earlier, even if there was a semblance of a formula that you could sort of put into effect, post the pandemic, every formula, every even semblance of a formula has gone out of the window.
True.
It is, I can't relate my career at this point to anyone's, because I had a film that came out right before the lockdown.
Right.
The lockdown happened, and now my second film is coming 3 years later. You know, so I don't even know what the correct approach would be, what the correct strategy would be. So when it comes down to planning it, it's been very confusing because
Right.
there's no sort of reference point that you can look at
Right.
in an unprecedented time for the industry,
Yeah.
you know, like the one that we're in.
Right.
So I guess I'm just holding on to hope
Nice.
and just trying to do my best with all the opportunities I am getting and I've chosen to be a part of, and hopefully I think I hope that, you know, just like good consistent work will always pay off.
Of course. Touch wood, both the people I'm sitting with are going great in their career.
Thank
you,
you.
sir.